how to process it. Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. No. Which is why I'm here.
You guys are going through. We are devastated ourselves. We're just trying to get through, you know, like train and like we're trained to do, and just keep on going and move on forward. And I wish you guys all the best. I pray for you guys.
We have video that we're showing our viewers right now of Ina. Can you tell us about her? This was your ex-wife who you say was on the plane.
Yeah, Ina was a phenomenal skater. She was Russian All-Stars on ice. She was the original Little Mermaid. She did things on ice that I had never seen anyone else do. And she coached for the last 20 some odd, maybe even 30 years now.
We have another live event involving the plane crash. This is figure skater Nancy Kerrigan, and a number of victims from this midair collision were from the skating club of Boston. You can see Nancy Kerrigan in tears there. She was actually a member of this skating club. And as we continue to say, this is an incredibly tight-knit community. Let's listen in.
Her daughter, Elon Schran, who works with our coaches, with Vadim and Jenya and Spencer, and runs a great company called Joy Skate, which does a lot to diversify our sport. And Paul George, a longtime club member, national champion in the sport, and president emeritus of the U.S. Figure Skating Foundation. Any questions we can answer for you?
Did you know the coaches personally throughout your career, and could you reflect on the loss, their style?
Well, first of all, we came here because we needed to be together. We're family, and it's a community. And the skaters, the people who were on that plane, they're our family too. And our community means so much to us. We're also here to encourage the skaters who have been aiming to reach the World Championships. It's important for them to know we're all together. I certainly don't have any answers. I really can't believe that it happened, because I picture them right here. The coaches always stood at that entrance. The skaters just flew all over the ice, doing remarkable things, inspiring all of us. And it's to us, it's just terrible, and it's sad, and we just feel we need to be together. That's why you see so many hugs today.
Henry, Paul, this is the second time for this club. I don't know if you remember from 1961, there's people and kind of what happened to bring it up.
Yes, there were really 22 of my friends on that plane in 1961 on their way to the World Championships. And I'm sure I would have gone there to cheer them on, but I was in my last year of medical school and couldn't go. And I remember years later, people looking at me very strangely when they were talking about that, and they thought, weren't you on that plane? And I wish the ones that were on that plane weren't. And I don't know how to handle this, and the last thing I would want to do would be a press conference, but we all felt we need to be here, and I'm glad to see you all here because that means you care and will help us all try to deal with this. And we're thinking and loving the family members who are going through such a terrible time right now. So thank you.
Thank you. Paul, did you have anything you wanted to add since you knew the 61 team as well?
Oh, would you mind stepping one closer?
Sure, please.
Like today, 1961 was a tragic moment. It was the day the music stopped. Very much like this. I think it made us more resolute, though, as we move forward as skaters, young skaters. I was 19 at the time. It took time, but we came back, I think, stronger, better. This is a club of excellence. It has been for over 100 years. We have produced countless talented skaters. You have some right here in Nancy, in Tenley, and Elon. I think we will continue to do it. We, of course, today think of the families, think of the athletes, and that's as it should be.
What went through your mind when you heard about the crash?
It was a very vivid reminder of 1961. My wife tapped me on the shoulder at 6:30 and told me, much as my father had done 64 years ago at about the same time of day. Very vivid memories come back. As Tenley said, we lost a whole group of friends. We all grew up together. We skated together, trained together, even went to parties occasionally together.
So how do you process just seeing a tragedy happening to people you care about?
Well, I think as with anyone who has losses, is we first of all think and pray and hope for them and for their families. And then there'll come a time when the music will again be on, and we will push forward, be more resolute, be more determined.
How does the club come back from this now?
I think we grieve, as we all are doing. I think a number of you have expressed similar feelings to us today.
Much like everyone here has been saying, is not sure how to process it. Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. Which is why I'm here. Many of you may know my husband's my agent, and he keeps getting calls to do interviews, and I thought that was weird. I didn't feel like it was right to be home and doing interviews for this. So I called Elin. I'm like, what are you doing? I think we just all need to go together. And she said, let me call my mom. And so we're like, okay, we'll meet you in an hour. And we just wanted to be here and be part of our community. I've never seen anyone love skating as much as these two, and that's why I think it hurts so much. And I mean, everything. Tenley's always here supporting the kids, and anytime I've been able to be here and watch them grow, the kids here really work hard. Their parents work hard to be here. But I feel for the athletes, the skaters, their families, but anyone that was on that plane, not just the skaters, because it's just such a tragic event. And we've been through tragedies before as Americans, as people, and we are strong. And I guess it's how we respond to it. And so my response was to be with people I care about and I love, and I needed support. So that's why I'm here. And I don't know, a little bit at a time. I think it's a shock. I wasn't woken up in the morning and saw it. I was watching like all night. So I probably look tired, but, and then when you find out, you know some of the people on the plane, is even a bigger blow. We just wish them well, and like the families, the courage and the strength to make the next steps. I don't know how. You look at people go through tragedies and you wonder, how do they do it? I don't know, but we're so strong. Somehow we have a reservoir to dig from, and each one of them are strong enough to get through this. Somehow it will take time, but look beside you, there's somebody that cares, and I don't know, tell people around you that you love them because you just never know. Don't forget to say it.
Could you reflect on Vadim and Jenya, what kind of coaches they were, and did you work with them?
I never worked with them. I mean, we were at the Olympics together, but '94 I was kind of busy myself and sort of separated from a lot of what was going on. But I mean, I've seen them a lot of times here and there over the years, but everything you've heard of them, like maybe being a little tough, but with a smile on their face, and like anytime I walked in, oh hi, it's so good to see you. It's like always welcoming and happy to see one another, and like so just to walk in here and not see that is, I think, would be very strange for everybody that comes here, especially those that are here day in and day out, and it's going to be hard. And I always feel like, what am I doing? I don't come to the skating club all the time, but it was the only place I thought I should be right now. I did not expect this. It's deadly. I'm not sure, but we just wanted to be here with each other, and for Doug. We watched Doug's interview, and
that helped us.
It did help. Thank you. Yeah,
there are so many memories, and just having seen the skaters competing, and knowing that Max is now, he did so well in the nationals. He's made the world team as an alternate, and.
All right, we want to get back to the heart of the story, and that's the people who were on board that flight in this tragedy. Let's go back live to Bob Barnard. He's at Reston, Virginia at Skate Quest, and we understand that some of their members were on board, Bob.
Yeah, unfortunately, Marissa and Steve, one of their coaches, and we believe some of their young people, you can see there are figure skating lessons going on right now, if you look across the ice, here comes Ross Lancel. Let's see what he does with this guy here. This is a figure skating student of his. Let's watch this. He nailed it, and this is what Ross does. He is a coach, and his ex-wife was one of the people on the plane. Ross, just watch that. Nicely done there on TV. Tell us, we're kind of getting word, I shared with our viewers just a short time ago, the totality of this. What have you learned, without getting into names?
Basically, we have a ton of skaters that there's 4 boys, and I think it's 4 girls that have passed away, and 2 are from Fairfax Ice Arena, and the rest are from Ashburn Ice House, and it's my heart goes out to Ashburn and Fairfax. I can't imagine what you guys are going through. We are devastated ourselves. We're just trying to get through, train and like we're trained to do, and just keep on going and move on forward. And I wish you guys all the best. I pray for you guys.
We have video that we're showing our viewers right now of Ina. Can you tell us about her? This was your ex-wife who you say was on the plane.
Yeah, Ina was a phenomenal skater. She was Russian All-Stars on ice. She was the original Little Mermaid. She did things on ice that I had never seen anyone else do. And she coached for the last 20 some odd, maybe even 30 years now. And it's just made an impact in this area, has had countless skaters go on and do great things. And it's just a shame that she's not here to see her new batch of skaters do well. I even was like, saw her at nationals, and I was proud. I was like, wow, she's doing it. She's doing great. And it's just sad for her that she can't see all of her students achieve amazing things. And it's very disappointing for everyone, I'm sure, involved, and just devastating mostly. It's just, you can't get that back. It's too bad.
And more than likely, she had one or more of her students with her. Is that right?
Yeah, a majority that were her students, but she has so many more on top of that. So most of us coaches have 30 to 40 students. So it's just a fraction and all those kids today, I can't imagine what they're feeling.
And again, if we could show our viewers the video again, this was from a story we had done. I think it was part of a zip trip we did a couple of years ago where she was teaching some young people. Yeah. Can you tell us about Wichita, the significance of where they were and what that was all about?
So when these kids, they go to the development team, it's a huge honor. It's a very few kids in the country that get that. It's the top kids in the country, and they all get to go and train with the best coaches and the best skaters, and they all work together, and it's a great opportunity. I've done it all skaters that have gone to a pretty high level have been able to have that, and it's incredible. So you're just doing it as another thing to achieve, another great time to go, and you just fly home. And then this happens, and it's just absolutely devastating. So, but it was just one of those things we always do. It's nothing out of the ordinary. But it's an incredible honor for them to do it, and it's devastating because they worked their whole lives to get this thing, and then couldn't. And one of the craziest parts is we had one of our skaters here. She was supposed to be on that flight, and they went a day earlier, and so that's just shocking to us. Like this girl could not be here today, and we're just like, I think all of us will be giving her a bunch of hugs and thanking that she's here. And
you mentioned another facility where your ex-wife worked. It was the Ashburn Ice House place. So there are just a number of places like this, and there's a coach out here who, when she came in, was hugging everybody and crying. How do you explain, if you're going to have to, coming up here, to the young people about you put in all that work, all that time, and it can be fleeting, not always, but it can be.
But at least they did something, you know, like they can have something. So I always say is like every day is live it to the fullest, because you know if it's gone, but at least they did all this amazing stuff as young kids, and you know they could have been sitting around doing nothing, but they did something incredible, and they can always have that, and even you can see it in pictures. And I just say push yourself as hard as you can, do what you can, and just let life happen. And if it happens to go well, phenomenally, just keep on pushing forward, and you'll always be better off trying to push forward and do your best than trying to just sit down and do nothing.